On July 27, 1990, Trinidad and Tobago faced an unprecedented crisis. Yasin Abu Bakr, the leader of the radical Islamic group Jamaat al Muslimeen, led an armed insurrection that would forever change the nation's political landscape. Born Lennox Philip on October 19, 1941, Yasin Abu Bakr grew up in a rapidly changing Trinidad. He was a former police officer who converted to Islam and took on a more radical stance on socio-political issues. In the 1980s, he founded the Jamaat al Muslimeen, a Muslim organization that combined religious ideals with strong social and political messages, particularly addressing the plight of marginalized communities. By 1990, Trinidad and Tobago was in a state of unrest. Economic hardship and social inequality had reached critical levels. Inspired by a mix of religious zeal and frustration with corruption, Abu Bakr and his followers decided to take matters into their own hands. On the afternoon of July 27, 1990, Abu Bakr led about 114 heavily armed men into the Red House, Trinidad's parliament building. Prime Minister A.N.R. Robinson and several members of parliament were taken hostage. Simultaneously, members of the Jamaat al Muslimeen stormed Trinidad and Tobago Television, TTT, where Abu Bakr announced that the government had been overthrown. This bold move, according to Abu Bakr, was an effort to end government corruption and bring justice to the country. The group demanded an Islamic state and spoke out against the economic disparity they believed was oppressing Trinidad's Muslim population. The coup attempt sparked 6 days of chaos, with parts of Port of Spain looted and set on fire. Several people were unalived and the city was paralyzed. The Prime Minister A.N.R. Robinson was beaten and famously instructed soldiers to attack with full force, even while being held hostage. The nation watched in disbelief as the government and security forces scrambled to regain control. After tense negotiations, the Jamaat al Muslimeen surrendered and Abu Bakr and his men were promised amnesty. However, the coup left a scar on Trinidad and Tobago that still resonates today. Though Abu Bakr and his men were granted amnesty after their surrender, legal battles continued for years. Abu Bakr was often in the spotlight, involved in various controversies and legal issues. He remained a prominent and polarizing figure in Trinidadian society until his death on October 21, 2021, at the age of 80. His legacy is one of both defiance and controversy. For some, he represented a voice against inequality, while for others, he was a symbol of extremism. The 1990 coup attempt remains one of the darkest and most complicated chapters in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. 31 years after the coup attempt, Trinidad and Tobago continues to reflect on the events of those 6 days in July. The legacy of Yasin Abu Bakr and the Jamaat al Muslimeen remains a contentious topic. But one thing is clear: their actions reshaped the nation's political landscape and forced the country to confront its own vulnerabilities. Thanks for joining us on CalypsotoZess as we explored the story of Yasin Abu Bakr and the 1990 coup attempt. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the history and culture of Trinidad and Tobago.